So I wanted to take a couple minutes just to talk about the election. I'm not a very political person, I never have been, but I want to address it because I feel like it is that important. I'm a very goofy guy, I crack a lot of jokes, I don't really care about any serious topics like this, but I think that this really warrants a couple minutes just to talk about in this video. So what I don't think people realize is that yesterday wasn't a normal political election. And while we are very fortunate to live in a country where we do have political elections and we have the democratic process, yesterday was not a normal election. What I feel like a lot of people don't realize, or even worse, a lot of people do realize, is that yesterday had nothing to do with politics. Yesterday had nothing to do with political stances. We can argue all we want about, Trump is gonna bring back jobs and Hillary is gonna raise taxes and I don't like Obamacare or I do like Obamacare, whatever the case may be, whatever your side is on these political stances, none of that mattered yesterday. I want this to be clear that yesterday, and the reason that so many people are upset about the outcome of yesterday, the problem that I don't feel like a lot of people are addressing who support Donald is that he is the physical embodiment of all the prejudices in this nation. Here's someone whose entire campaign was based around fear tactics and prejudices against all sorts of different demographics, whether it was race, religion, sex, sexual orientation, whatever the case may be. All of these prejudices were sort of united under one common flag under Donald Trump's campaign. He sort of brought all of these different prejudices that all these different communities were having in this nation and united them under one flag. I really want this to resonate with the people that are watching right now. This election, regardless of your political views, had nothing to do with politics. This was an uprising and a unification of different prejudices regarding minority demographics in this country. And it's scary. I'm a white, male, straight, I have nothing to worry about in terms of being ridiculed for something, and yet I'm scared. I'm scared for all these people that are out there that have to worry about, can I walk down the street safely because I'm wearing my religious garments and I don't know what someone might say or do to me? I want to share a quick story with you guys. So when I was in college, I was dating a girl at the time and I was waiting for her outside of her dorm building by myself. And we were about to go on a date, so I was a little bit dressed up. I had like a nice button up on and some nice shoes and a nice pea coat and stuff. I just got a haircut. I was looking good. I was looking real good. I was waiting out there alone and a few guys walked by, maybe like 5 or 6 guys. And once they got past me and down the block a bit, one of them turned around and screams, "Fuck you, faggot!" and flicks me off. And he continued that for a few seconds, yelling, "Fuck you, faggot, you fucking fag, piece of shit," all this kind of stuff. And his friends are kind of trying to stop him. In the moment, I thought that it was just some drunk guy being an asshole trying to fight me or something for no reason. But then I quickly realized that the reason he lashed out at me was because he genuinely thought that I was gay. The only reason he lashed out at me is because he genuinely thought that I was gay. I want to preface this by saying that I don't know what it's like to be gay, and even with this, I don't want people to think that I'm claiming that I know what it's like to be gay and be in that situation all of the time. This was one incident, and just because I went through this doesn't mean that I know what it's like. That being said, once I realized what happened and the fact that he so aggressively lashed out at me just because of what he presumed was my sexual orientation, it hurt. It really did. And I'm not even gay, and it hurt. I can only imagine if I actually shared the beliefs that he was so adamantly demeaning. The reason that I'm telling this story is, again, not to say that I know how it feels and I know what these people are going through. I just wanted to give an example of one of, if not the only times that I've really been discriminated against because of my beliefs. And not only that, but my presumed beliefs. They didn't even know that I was gay. I wasn't standing there with a guy holding his hand or anything like that. I was standing there alone. They looked at my appearance and they lashed out at me for my sexual orientation because of it. That is what this election is about. In electing Donald as president, we have justified all of these prejudices that have been unified underneath him in order to get him elected. The kids that are growing up in this nation look to him for guidance. He's the president of this country. He's the one that should be leading us. The kids will look at him for how they should treat women, how they should treat people of different religions, how they should treat people of different sexual orientations. In electing him, we have done nothing but perpetuate those prejudices. Now, I want to make one thing absolutely clear. This community and this family has and always will be built upon the principle that everybody, regardless of race, religion, sexual orientation, or anything else, are always welcomed here. This election changes nothing for the beliefs that this community and this family was built upon. Make no mistake about it, this community has and always will be built upon the fundamental principles that no matter what race you are, no matter what religion you are, what your sexual orientation is, what your beliefs are, what your hobbies are, what your interests are, what anybody around you is saying you should believe doesn't matter. If you are an outcast, if you are a minority, if you are a black sheep, you are always welcomed here. That is what this community and this family has and always will be built on. I think it's more important now, more than ever before, that we come together as a community. And this doesn't just go for Americans, this goes for everybody in this community around the world. Again, this isn't about the US election, so even if you're not from the US, this doesn't have to do with the US election. This is about so much more. This, in general, is just about equality for everybody, even if they don't have the same viewpoint as you. This, what it boils down to, is loving everybody, even if they don't share the same beliefs, the same background, the same ethnicity, whatever the case may be. This is about coming together and loving everybody, regardless of whether or not they share the same beliefs as you. So to end this rant, I just want to say that we are here and we're standing together. We are not going to let anybody, any prejudice, or anything come between this community, this nation, or the world. We are all standing here together as equals. End rant.